everyone, and welcome to an experimental series that I'm doing. This will either be a bonus video at some point between now and Christmas, or I'm playing with an idea for December of coming up with about 10 different new series ideas over the month of December, and just seeing what you guys like, seeing what you think maybe I should add to the rotation of this channel, just trying to diversify the content. So, this one is the Armchair Psychology of a Karen. Now, I'm not qualified to diagnose anyone, I want to be upfront with that, but I do think that there is some worth in looking at people like Karens and trying to kind of get an idea of what they're doing and what their aim is while they're having their freakouts, because I think a lot of Karen freakouts are controlled freakouts. I think Victoria's Secret Karen ends up kind of pushing herself beyond the point of control, but I think for a good portion of it, she's in control of herself, more than some people would believe. So we're just going to do an armchair analysis of each of her actions and what she's doing and all of that, and just kind of parse out what's going on here and try to get inside her head a little bit. It's a bit of messy fun, so take of it what you will.
Oh God, no! Excuse.
So, before we even get into her reaction to what she did, we can see at the camera, she marched forward, arm raised, the camera swerved as though the person holding the camera was being hit. It's very clear that she assaulted, or at the very least attempted to assault, someone else, the person holding the camera. So let's just get that out of the way real quick. We can see at the very beginning of the video, her march for, I don't care what the fucking reason was, you don't hit someone over what's probably like a sale or something in a fucking Victoria's Secret. But let's go ahead and continue to watch.
Now you are, oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God, I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me. And now did you see her?
Okay, so it took me forever to understand before she throws whatever she's holding off to the side and gets down into her little squat crying position. It took me forever to figure out what she was saying to the employee. And because I took it as I didn't, like her saying I didn't do anything wrong, but she was saying I don't wanna, as in I don't want to be recorded, as we heard her say here. She's denying the fact that she hit her. Yes, she did. We saw that the very first few seconds of the video. I think what happened was she was surprised that, oh, I didn't realize I was being recorded. And so this kind of falls into what I think falls into the Darvo. She's denying responsibility. She is attempting to attack. But primarily more of what she's doing is reversing the roles of victim and offender. Or at least tried to hit the person that is holding the camera, but now she is making a big spectacle because she's being recorded, and she's getting down, crying, playing the victim here. I think this is 100% calculated. I think this is 100% her trying to redirect the narrative to be a victim.
You saw her, right? They all saw her. Oh my God. Karen had a breakdown. She tried to hit me. Ask your workers. She tried to hit me. She tried to hit me. Now I want security for you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And that doesn't even make sense. I didn't try to hit you. I just don't like being recorded. You did try to hit her. You did try to hit her. You don't like being recorded because you're being held responsible for your actions, and we'll even see more of that as we get into it.
You should have thought about that before you did what you did. Oh my God, this don't even feel real. This do not feel real.
It's worth noting, at this point in time, this is the very beginning of the whole event, there's no real tears coming out of her eyes. I think she eventually works herself up to have actual tears, but at the point of this right now, she does not have actual tears in her eyes. She's making the cry voice, and she's trying to sound like she's crying, but she's not actually crying. You know, she's really trying to play up. She's trying to be the victim here. There's others that can acknowledge that, yes, I saw this woman try to hit you. She has it on fucking video. We see at the very, very beginning of the video, her march forward, arm raised, like she's gonna hit. The camera swerves. We saw it. We saw it. She did try to hit this woman. She's showing a level of infantile regression here with the holding the hand up to the camera, being squat down in the crying position. And I think that this is part of two things. I think one, she is still trying to push the fact that she is the victim. It's that reversal of victim and offender, and I think she's trying to make sure that she's viewed as the victim. But also, I think that it comes from a severe level of immaturity, because I don't think we've reached the point of any mental health issues at this point. I think she genuinely works herself up into a frenzy later, but at this point, this is all still very calculated to me.
Don't record. Y'all had to get security. She charged me. If I wouldn't have ducked, she would. Oh no, you just wanted security for me, right? I want security for you now. No, don't cry. No. I want you to call security. Thank you.
Now, see, that's very calculated language. She's threatening me. She's threatening me. Don't tell me that she doesn't know what she's fucking doing right here. She's saying, can we get security? She has it on video that this woman tried to hit her. And yet, for all of her claims about her just not wanting to be recorded, she freaks out when security's going to be called because she knows the woman caught her on video trying to hit her. Trying to hit someone. Trying to hit the person holding the camera. She knows exactly what's going to happen. She knows that she was in the wrong, that it will be proven that she is in the wrong, and that she's going to get in trouble. And so this, I still don't think that this is any level of her breaking down or in a mentally vulnerable state. I feel like she is playing up here. I feel like this is very calculated because she doesn't want to be in trouble for her bad actions.
I just came to get my free pen. You know how you get the coupon in the and I gotta pick up my Converse boots from Nordstrom. I don't know why this is happening to me.
See, that's really interesting, and that shows that we're getting a picture, we're getting a sprinkling of entitlement. Why aren't you guys defending me? So she is trying to, again, say, look at how much of a victim I am. It's that reverse victim and offender role again. And why aren't you guys defending me? Why aren't you guys defending me? Because she's trying to erase the fact that she tried to hit somebody.
Don't charge me. Oh, you wanna? Yes. I'm scared to even approach her.
I want to make it clear that the people at the counter, the ones that had seen the whole event even start, left, and new people have arrived, and that's important for when we get into the next part.
You're scaring me. Like you gotta go postal.
She says, please don't record my mental breakdown. Please, please, please. Yet, one, she could have left at any point. I don't believe she's having a mental breakdown, at least not at this point. There is a point where I think that she crosses a threshold and has worked herself up beyond her ability to control herself. But at this point, I still think that it's very calculated. And I feel like that, please don't record my mental breakdown, please, 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 goes in line with that, why aren't you guys defending me? There's a level of entitlement here, and there's a level of trying to put forth, I'm a victim and someone is attacking someone who's in a mentally vulnerable state. And at this point, we've had some rotation of employees, we've had some rotation of customers, so she has a newer audience. Now, whether she realizes this yet or not, I'm not sure. But I think that this is a series of just hot button phrases that she's putting out there in order to evoke a reaction and try to spur some defenders to come to her aid.
No, why don't she walk away from me? No.
See, this woman had no idea what was going on and really should have minded her own business, but this is exactly what Karen wanted. This is exactly what the Victoria's Secret Karen wanted. Someone jumped to her defense, so she is immediately, almost in a child role, putting herself closer to them, not quite hiding behind them, but I think if she could have gotten away with that, she would have, because this helps solidify her role as a victim.
I was here. No. We're not doing this. Why don't I walk away from her? Why don't she get away from me? She could get away. Go wherever you.
It's worth noting that she is still not actually crying at this point. She is still not crying. She's petting her hair. She's doing all of these anxiety motions and getting louder and using her voice to sound like she's crying, but she is still not actually crying at this point. I think there is a level of anxiety and panic going on in her, but for having to be confronted with her actions, not necessarily because she's genuinely feeling bullied.
I want to go. This is crazy.
So, notice the very, very fake fainting bit she just did. Like, it was... a teenager could have done better. But this does two things. It's in the hope that she will stop being recorded, and it is a way to further her victimhood. Look, this woman pushed me so much to the point that I passed out. Look at how distressed I am. Someone needs to help me. I am now in a completely vulnerable state, except everyone fucking knows that this is a fucking act. But it's a way of furthering her victimhood. She even uses her purse as a pillow, for fuck's sake. Like, it's a way of, one, in the hopes of essentially playing dead, I guess, but in a social context. But what's interesting is that after this, because the person recording is like, okay, and eventually like moves on to other things, but then we'll come back, and I want you guys to pay attention to what the person holding the camera says.
I'm sorry. I'll be the bad. Ooh, Lord.
She went to go call security.
Yeah, because...
Did you have 2 yoga mats?
No, I had one. We was trying to just find a price check for one of them. Just one I had. Okay, I'm going to leave her here, Pest. Actually, I have a coupon for the free panties, and it says everyone is excluded except for the period panty, but I actually want to see what that was.
I can show you.
Okay. All right, Karen.
Okay, so we have this whole display going on, but it's worth noting she was taking a look at period panties. She was asking about yoga mats. She said, bye, Karen. She was ready to move on. And we're going to hear what the person holding the camera has to say, but she is at this point going into a very juvenile way of handling things, and she already was kind of handling things in a juvenile way. And I don't think that this is a mental health issue. I think this is a maturity issue and an entitlement issue, but we'll see in just a sec.
You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself.
So, tell her to stop. Very, very childlike, appealing to authority, telling someone who's doing something you don't want them to do to stop. And yet, the person holding the camera clarifies for us, you keep saying I'm threatening you. So I'm recording to protect myself. I'm recording because this Karen went ahead and started to act as though she is being threatened and trying to create a narrative in which she is wholly a victim, rather than, at this point, she could have gotten up off the floor and left. I think that she was embarrassed, and I think she wanted to make it seem, especially with the new crop of people that had probably appeared around her, that she was a victim, and I think she wanted to solidify that. I think she wanted to make sure she didn't leave, especially after being recorded, with the idea that she was a Karen, she was in the wrong. I think that she's threatening me, and I believe the person holding the camera when she says that this woman kept saying she's threatening me. The woman is still in that position on the floor when she pretended to faint, pointing, kicking her feet like she's fucking 3 years old. And now she's starting to scream because she's not getting her way. She had achieved one of the major points of her goal of behaving like a toddler before. The woman had stopped recording her. All she wanted was to be able to change the narrative for the other people around, so that way, should this video go viral, should anyone see it, it's like, well, that's not the whole story. That woman kept threatening her, but the woman holding the camera is smart enough to know, fuck no, I'm gonna record this whole event to make sure that it's clear I did not do anything wrong. Which then removes one of the goals that Karen felt that she had achieved, which is why she's panicking more now. Because that's what this is. This is a panic. This is her panicking about more evidence being on her, about this woman calling her out for her behavior, and not wanting to be held responsible for her actions, not wanting the narrative that she had done something wrong to be out there. Even if it's the truth, that's beside the point. What she wants is to make sure that no one thinks that she did anything wrong. I think at this point she has started to lose control of herself. I think at this point the screaming, that shrill screaming, I don't think it's a matter of her having a mental breakdown per se. I think it's more a matter of her reaching a zenith in her panic of being held responsible for her actions. It's worth noting that sometimes you can work yourself up into an absolute fucking frenzy. But one, that doesn't mean that you are absolved of your actions because you managed to work yourself up into a frenzy. And two, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person that you are targeting, that you have decided is the person that was in the wrong, actually did anything wrong to you. She is creating that narrative in her head because she wants to maintain a level of victimhood. But it is worth noting that this woman has done nothing wrong. She has recorded someone who tried to hit her and who said that she was threatening them. So she wants to make sure there's an accurate representation of the course of events, rather than, because people can interpret things differently, people's memories are not reliable in the slightest, and so having objective evidence is helpful to her. It's not helpful to this Karen. This Karen stands to lose a lot from her recording the whole series of events. And that's what this is. This is panic, and this is going to quickly shift to rage. And we're going to see that in just a sec.
Yeah. Crazy lady. Okay, she attacked me and try to say I attacked her. You look at this. Get away from me! Oh, y'all better get this lady! Get away from me! You're gonna this.
See, we've reached a point of absolute rage here. And she keeps saying, get away from me, as she's chasing, because she wants, in her mind at this point, I think, she's ordering the phone being put down, she's saying, get away from me, as she's chasing, not because she wants the woman to genuinely get away. She wants the woman to leave and come out the victor. That's what she wants. She wants the woman to stop recording, to leave the store, and for her to be able to gain sympathy from all of the employees and the customers that currently saw this going down, because she tried to paint the narrative that she's having a mental breakdown and that this woman is being callous towards her. I don't think the employees would necessarily have much sympathy towards her, because the majority of the employees have been able to witness things from the beginning. And there was even one that came up to her and said, yeah, I called security, because she recognizes that this woman is behaving badly. But I think Karen is convinced that if she can get this woman to stop recording her and to leave, that she can then reap all of the sympathy and the victim points and all of that once she leaves, because she can cry and be like, can't believe he did it. Like, she can totally milk it. She can use language to rewrite the events. And while it's not necessarily guaranteed to gain everyone's sympathy, the store employees would probably give her a level of sympathy and lip service that she wants just to get her out of the fucking store. And most of the customers did not see this at this point from the beginning, so she would likely have some points with them as well.
Security! Get the fucker! Security! Look at this! Yes, can y'all get her away from me? Get her away from me! Oh, have mercy! Get her away from me! Get her away from me! Ah!
So what's interesting is that when the store employee stopped her, I thought she just kept saying, get her away from me, over and over again. But when she was in front of the employee, it sounded like she said, get her away from here, rather than get her away from me, which I think would be a more apt description of what Karen actually wants. She wants this woman gone. She wants this woman out of the store, because then she's, one, the victor, but also the victim at the same time. And this screaming, I think at this point she has lost control of herself. I think at this point she has worked herself up into a frenzy. I think she's in the midst of a fit of rage. I think that this is rage. I don't think that this is a matter of a mental health break. I don't think that this is a matter of even anxiety at this point. I think this is rage, because things aren't going her way, that this woman is flippant, and I don't, when I say the woman recording is flippant, I don't mean that in a, oh, she's behaving, that I think that's the right attitude to have in this situation, of laughing at her and being kind of flippant, being like, bitch, no, you behaved badly. I have it on footage, and then you tried to say I was threatening you, so I'm protecting myself. And seeing her have this whole spectacle and not believing her that it is a mental breakdown like Karen is trying to assert, and it is in fact a rage fit and an immature behavior as a way to avoid responsibility. Karen doesn't like that, because it is not solidifying her narrative. It is not solidifying the victim narrative that she has been trying to build up. She wants everyone to buy into that. The employees, the other customers, and the person recording the camera. She wants the person recording the camera to feel bad, and for her to feel like a victim, and for her to be in essentially what is a position of power as to whether she can forgive or not forgive this person, possibly get the person holding the camera in trouble. That's what this whole thing is.
No, I gotta just protect myself. She's trying to attack me. No, no, no.
Stop threatening me!
See, and she's saying I'm threatening her. I'm not saying nothing to her. It's to protect me. Once the law get here, who they gonna believe? Her white ass or my black ass?
I do think that there was a level of race played in to this. I'm not usually one to judge people as racist quickly, but I think that played a part, at least in the rage fit. I think that plays a part in her saying she's threatening me, because I don't know, it feels like there's a calculation there, because this woman has not threatened her. She said she wanted to call, that wasn't a threat, she wanted security for good reason. Like, this, she's not threatening this woman, but by saying that she's threatening, by saying she's threatening me, by saying get her away from me and stuff, she can still paint this, at least in her brain, and in a way of sprinkling it when she tells the story later, or whatever. She is always the victim, the protagonist, the hero that is just being picked on by this villain. That's how she can continue to paint it. Rather than being something shameful that she has to hide, she can use it as a way to gain victim points, as a way to say, look what I've endured later if she continues this narrative.
Get her away from me, please! Stop her recording from me!
Where's security? In these short hills, y'all. Oh my God, in these short hills.
Get her away!
I gotta stop coming here. I thought this was the safe mall.
I mean, come on, that screaming is full on child behavior. I do think that she has lost control of herself at this point. I don't like painting this, though, as some sort of mental health break. I really don't. Because I think someone can lose control of themselves and it not necessarily be a mental health issue. I think that she was faced with the consequences of her actions. She didn't like it, and so worked herself up to this as a way to perpetuate this victimhood narrative.
She's recording me.
I just want, again, with the she's threatening me, she's recording me as a way to keep herself in the victim role. I don't think that the employees buy into it for even a second, but they aren't paid enough to deal with this shit. She is just making their lives so difficult. I understand why the woman continued recording. This, I think if she had left the store, I wouldn't have been surprised if this person even followed her had she just left the store. Because there is some serious rage here.
No, she's recording me.
So notice how the person holding the camera is trying to keep something in between her and the Karen. And all the Karen can keep saying is she's recording me, she's threatening me, she's recording me, she's threatening me. Because the woman isn't actually doing anything to her. The woman is just trying to protect herself, pretty much.
She's recording me. No, not Wilbur. It's a short hill small. She's recording me. This person's threatening me. She's recording me. She has poor.
So, I think she's calling 911 at this point. But notice the rushed speaking, the kind of labored breathing. She didn't have this when she was talking with the employee. I actually don't know if this woman is an employee or a customer that's trying to defuse the situation. She might just be a customer that's trying to defuse the situation. But this woman, the Karen, is speaking in a rushed manner with that out-of-breath thing that she didn't have when she was talking to this woman. That is an act. That is 100% an act that she's doing because the person isn't there to see her. I'm still not convinced that she's even crying at this point. And it's a way to paint the victim narrative for people that haven't been on the scene, that haven't seen the entire thing yet.
She's lying on the phone. Don't tell me what to do. She said I threatened her. Well, I don't give a fuck about her being sick. I'm worried about me. You hear this? Yo, y'all can't do y'all hear this?
See, get here as soon as possible, please, please, please. She's acting like there's an imminent threat on her life. And all these people telling her to stop recording and stuff, I understand that it's probably helping to escalate the situation, but she turned the video off before. She had stopped recording Karen before. And Karen then said that she was threatening her, which I 100% believe. This woman didn't have a choice but to record. I think something really bad would have happened to her legally, or Karen would have tried to press charges or whatever, and then it becomes a she said. As a person of color with the police, she knew that the odds were going to be more against her in this, especially with a young woman that's clearly perfectly okay playing the mentally fragile card. I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to do this to get the woman holding the camera like in trouble and make her life a living hell, simply to feel like she had achieved some sort of justice when she was the one that behaved badly. You know?
This stuff y'all read about, this is real. This is really happening to me. She's on the phone with the police on me, and she's chasing me around the damn store. She's chasing me around the damn store. And I'm supposed to...
She's recording me. She's taping me and she's threatening me. She recorded my mental breakdowns and she's laughing. Get her, come over here, please. Ah, my heart's racing.
Oh god, I knew a lot of people like this in my time at a public library. There are people that I've had my fair share and runs of people with mental health issues, untreated mental health issues, because they were homeless or severely low income or any of that. And then I also had the just people that were kind of clearly looking for attention. I had someone, I'm not going to get into too many specifics, but I had some people like this. And as soon as they were fawned over and had the attention of paramedics and shit like that, they were fine. The paramedics never found anything wrong with them. This sort of behavior is, to me, not indicative of a mental health issue. I've seen plenty of people with mental health issues, and this doesn't ring true to that for me. This seems like someone who's trying to manipulate the narrative, who's trying to further their, I'm such a victim of this and my heart is racing. I have this crying voice and she's recording me and she's like, it's a way, I mean, you can act that out left, right, and center. It's not hard. I don't believe her for a second.
I just came to get a free penny. I just came to get a... Hey, assalamu alaikum. I just came to get a free panty. That's all. That's all. And spend my little 50 and get the $10 off. See what free panties will get you? This lady that chased me. She calling the police on me now. And I can't believe...
See, she cries and says, no, please, no, to the woman walking away. Because the woman has realized that this is an act. There is no diffusing this situation, and so she lost an ally, and that's why she's like, no, please, no, because she lost an ally. She lost an ally because of her own behavior, but yet she'll continue to perpetuate this I'm a victim narrative.
This long and security not here. Yeah, get the cops here. This how black people be dying. You see this? See what these people do? They call in a panic and tell police that you doing something to them when you clearly saw her chase me around the store. She's telling them, get here, I'm out.
Yeah, I love that she's calling out all of this, because that's exactly what this woman is doing. There are some people that think that this woman genuinely had a mental health breakdown. I genuinely don't think so. I think that this became a matter of pride and then a matter of rage. At this point, I think Karen is being fueled a lot by spite, but she's committed to the victim role, so she can't give that up. She can't go into, like, righteous indignation or anything. She has to continue to play the victim in order for her narrative to play out.
My heart's racing. Look. Oh, see?
See, she charged her. Scream, like, did you see that look of fury on her face? Like I said, it is fueled by spite and anger and rage, not because she is genuinely feeling persecuted. She doesn't like that she has lost control of the narrative. She doesn't like that this woman isn't bowing to her narrative, that she hasn't been able to make this woman feel guilty, that she hasn't been able to reconstruct the narrative. That's why she's calling the cops. That's why she's breathing heavy. And I love that she called her out on this, because we got to see a glimpse. No. While she's on the phone, she is pretty in control of herself. I think she did lose control when she let her anger get the better of her, because this woman is filled with rage.
Is that security? I don't want to turn my back on her. I want to pay on my stuff, but I'm not turning my back on this white lady. I'm sorry. She is crazy. Did you see her just try to charge me again? That's the third time. Now I want to see what the police got to do when they get here. Whoa! That's how they be getting us killed. You see this? People are trying to help her and ask her to step out the store. Of course I'm not helping you. Why would I help you? You trying to help me. You see this shit?
See, she's not getting her way. Multiple people have come up to her and tried to defuse the situation. She will not be calmed until she has her way. There is no way to calm this woman, because this isn't a matter of she is completely out of control of herself, completely lost in her own mental space or anything, or consumed with emotion or anything. She is consumed with emotion. She is filled with rage, but that rage comes from a sense of entitlement and indignation, not from any genuine harm that's been done to her. Because there hasn't been any harm done to her, because this woman had turned off her recording. After she did her whole fainting bit, she had turned off this recording. And I believe this woman when she said that Karen, because she keeps saying she's threatening her. So this was, I guarantee that she was saying this when the camera was turned off. Because she wanted to make sure that everyone knew she was the victim in the situation. And it backfired on her. And so she's lost control of the situation. She's trying to call the cops to reestablish that victimhood narrative with the, she's recording me, my heart's racing. It's that whole thing. She's trying to reestablish that narrative with a legal authority, because everyone else has been too involved in the situation and can kind of see it for what it is.
Please, come here now. I'm feeling threatened.
See, come here now, I'm feeling threatened. She's using that breathless voice, that's hot words. I'm feeling threatened. Get the cops here. My heart is racing. All that shit. She is in control of herself here. She has bouts where she loses control and tries to charge the lady because she's so pissed off that she's not getting her way. But she's in control of herself here.
She's recording me. She's recording my mental breakdown. This is she pushed me to this point. She's recording me. She said, I'll stay by 16, and she was really unfriendly. And then she's putting this for the world to see.
That's the motivator for everything that's happened. That is the motivator. She's putting this out for the whole world to see. She hasn't uploaded this to anything yet. This, as far as we're concerned, at the time of this recording, she just has this on her phone. She's not live streaming it. She's not doing any shit. But Karen knows that she behaved badly, that she was caught trying to hit somebody in a Victoria's Secret, and so she is trying to create this victim narrative in the hopes that this video won't get out.
I don't want her posting anything on my personal stuff.
See, I don't want her posting anything. She creates it as a term of personal stuff. She's in a public space, but she clearly feels entitled to privacy when she's behaving badly in a public space.
Get that phone down!
See, ordering someone else, trying to exert authority, there's a clear level of entitlement here. She is in control of herself.
Come here.
Where is the mall security?
Come here, please.
I swear to God, this do not feel real. I have been having a hell of 2 weeks. Since I had that accident, I feel, I don't know. I'm going to just say, everything is Allahu Alam. The cut of Allah. It's nothing I can do. I'm not even gonna. Okay, I guess she's gone. Security?
I am. What can I do for you?
This lady tried to attack me. She chased me around this store, everything. I was over here looking at the, you can ask the workers, I was over here looking at the sale item.
So the majority of the confrontation has ended here. The other half of this video is her dealing with police primarily. We do get to see a little bit of Karen talking to the cops, but I don't think that it's super relevant because, unfortunately, I think the cops buy into some of Karen's narrative at the very least. And we get to see some of the injustice. I do recommend it. Just look up Victoria's Secret Karen on YouTube to see this video, but we're already at like 42 minutes because I had a lot to say about this. And mostly what I wanted to go over was I think that she was fully in control of herself. I think she had a few bouts of rage because she wasn't getting her way and because this woman didn't play into her victim narrative at all. But I think that she was in control of herself. I think she knew what she was doing. And I think the whole goal of everything was that she wanted this woman to feel guilty and to get in trouble and for her to come out on top as this poor little baby, this victim. That's what I think Karen's motivations were. I think there was a level of entitlement. I think there was rage. I think there was a desire to be viewed as a victim, as a way to hide her own bad behavior. That's what I think of this Karen. So I'm curious to know what you guys thought of this video, and just kind of, I'd really like some feedback on if this video was interesting for anybody. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.